Alright guys, so what I wanted to do today was go over how I make handles for my sparrow's picks. Uh, this is how you get a sparrow's pick from sparrows. If you get just a press finished pick, this is what they send you when you opt for, I believe it's $1 to get a handled pick from them. This is how my picks look when I handle them. So I've got black here. This is in 20 thousandths or 25 thousandths sparrows. Is from the SSDev kit. This is standard hook in 15 thousandths sparrow steel, and these handles are made with standard sparrows steel pick, popsicle stick, and a piece of marine grade shrink wrap, which we've all seen. So I'm doing this 15 thousandths. Let's move these out of the way. So what I do is I take a fine felt tip Sharpie here, and I take, let me move this camera down some so you guys can see this. I take a popsicle stick, my sparrow's pick, and my Sharpie. The way I like to do my picks is I like to put the popsicle stick on the left hand side of the pick so that, I don't have a padlock over here, so that when I'm picking a lock, I have the pick up against my finger so I can better feel the feedback from my pick. So I like to have the space on the left side, but I'm a right-handed picker. Whatever side is comfortable for you, it doesn't really matter. So we take this pick and the popsicle stick. If you notice, this popsicle stick will seat almost perfect on that pick. I only have a little bit of hangover. So I'll set my pick to the popsicle stick. I'm trying to do this through the camera. Set my pick to the popsicle stick. And then I'll just trace out my pick. Look at that. Alright. Next thing I do is I take an X-Acto knife. Couldn't find my hobby X-Acto knife, so I'm using this rusty, fantastic razor blade. I put the initial groove in from my sandpaper. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stress it. I'm going to pop this backwards. Alright. Stress it in one direction, pop it in the other. So now we have this popsicle stick cut off. And you can see it's a pretty good match for my sparrow's pick. End here, we're just about perfect. So now I'm going to take the sandpaper here and break me out. Get me off a nice square of this. And then I'm just going to go to work on these corners. Yeah. I'm going to use this pad because I don't want to get sandpaper or sawdust all over my pinning mat here. So we're just going to sand away. You can see I'm kind of rocking this. What that's going to do is it's going to give me a rounded corner here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it nice. Pick pretty good. It's gonna be the back side. Take a little bit more off. There we go. I'm happy with that. Alright, next thing we're going to do this marine grade shrink tubing that I got. It's a little big. This is 1/2 inch tubing, shrink down to 1/3. It's a little big, but what I do is came in, I think it was 2 10-foot rolls, and as soon as I got it, took both rolls and I cut strips to size. You can see, got these all cut down. 1/2 inch 3-to-1 shrink tubing. Oh, they were 4-foot tubes. Oh, they're from my SS Dev. I've got 3 of these. Love those picks. But I've already got one handled out, so. Alright, so I always put this, well, you can always sand that. The rest of it Sharpie. Get that off of there. So I'm going to take my pick, line it up. It's going to go on the left side. Like so. So that when I pick with it, obviously, the handle will be to the left. Place it in the shrink tubing. Line this up nice. Pinch it and hold. Alright, we're nice and flush with our go. Give me 2 seconds, guys. What I use to do this is a Wagner heat gun. You can use a propane torch. I use the Wagner gun because it just happens to be what I had. Plug this in over here. So basically what we're going to do is just work the shrink wrap. See that shrink wrap bubbling out. Take it out. Normally I'd do this with the heat gun on high, but it's really loud. Probably wouldn't be able to hear anything but the heat gun. And it's kind of annoying, so I didn't want to record all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the back side. And then we're going to do the front. You want to flow evenly across this or you'll get bends. Now what I'll do is once this is pretty smooth and it's hot, I'll typically turn the heat gun off, and with a naked pig or the back of my tweezers, I'll press. It's going to give it some form. It's going to take care of a wrinkle if there is one. So we're just going to find a smooth spot to set it on, and we're just going to smash it. That's good. Feels pretty good. Let this harden. Let this cool down and harden up. If you get some wrinkles in this that you don't like, you can always heat it more. You'll get air bubbles in here, but this is larger than it should be. Shrink tube. This should be a size smaller. Should be 3/8 instead of 1/2 inch. So once that's cooled down, we're going to take our X-Acto knife and we're going to go around the pick tip. Again, it's usable the way it is now. You don't have to do this. This is just how I do my picks. I'm going to get rid of this extra here. Lamba lamba. I'm going to do the same to the, well, the back looks pretty good on this one, so I'm just going to cut a little end, because you've got these, they end up with this like rough edge here. So what I'll do is I'll just smooth that down a little bit. Smooth it down. Once that's done, take my sandpaper. This stuff doesn't sand very well, but it will smooth it. Smooth down those edges. And I'll hit this side too. This side doesn't matter all that much. There's always in a lock on this, never touching your hand. Main reason I do the backs is so that they slide with ease into my case. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lighter and melt it up a little bit. rid of any of those rough edges. So now, what we've got is another pick to match what's in my case. This one needs to be redone. This is without a popsicle stick. Got a couple I need to redo. This was one of those. I actually peeled the case off of this before I started. I don't like that. There you go. And that is how I grip my picks.